Loading.
You fell from the sky too, didn't you? I'll help you if you help me. Not now, though. You're not alone anymore. Try not to die before I see you again.
Nation running dry on metal. Bullet production halts. It was hard to find a white pen. Devil's Basin, Wyoming. What began as a quiet supply dip in the early 1980s was escalated into a full-blown international crisis. With copper, lead, and rare alloys now critically scarce, U.S. factories have begun shutting down entire production lines, including ammunition manufacturing. For the first time since World War II, no new bullets are being produced on U.S. soil. Pentagon spokesman insists it's a temporary pause, but internal memos obtained by the Devil's Basin Tribune paint a starker picture. Key metals siphoned off during Cold War era off-the-books operations in the western interior were never replenished. One document refers to the region as blackout, with no known bottom. That explains why I'm using a sword.
Protagonist 1, this is Command. Rules of engagement are now discretionary. Anyone inside the perimeter is to be considered hostile. Do what you need to do to stay alive. Regroup with Echo Unit. Command out.
This doesn't really explain why they're so zombified, honestly. The block or parry just feels like a block. Like a parry, not like a block. Which is good. Not being able to jump is definitely a choice. Connect to I've got a bunch of EXP, huh? Increases total health and resilience. Determines how much damage you can take before falling. Increases stamina regeneration rate. Determines how quickly you recover stamina during combat. Increases overall attack speed. Determines how quickly your actions are performed. And precision. Increases overall strike accuracy. Determines how much damage your attacks deliver. Meow mix, please deliver. Okay, so it looks like you upgrade per stat, not per level. What does rest do? Does rest respawn monsters? Oh. The dodge is not as responsive as I would. Maybe that's because. I'm like trying to dodge. I guess maybe it's a cooldown time. It's just me. I'm gonna rest again. I'm gonna go kill them. A third time. Because I'm still getting used to this combat. The dodge seems like it's more of it's for like movement rather than yeah, the parry works really good. You can do it in the middle of attacking, and looks like it does some animation canceling as well. So that's good. The dodge is very responsive, like in a combat scenario. So you have to like dodge and block, and then use the dodge to around, reposition, stuff like that. Worse than dead. Don't swim in the river. Devil's Basin, Wyoming. Critics accuse defense contractors of violating the natural order as anonymous sources report unaccounted remains in classified logistic chains. One former logistics technician, speaking on condition of anonymity, described seeing blank or blackout, categorized under blackout, routed through a secure supply chain operated by the EXI Group's private subsidiary, Fairfax Security. The same technician claims these materials were loaded into reinforced transit frames with movement actuators.
Protagonist 1, this is Command. We like to pretend we're civilized, but we're descendants of savages who survived chaos. They endured because they adapted, and because they acted first. Enemy ammunition is extremely limited, comparable to your own. Expect close quarters engagement. You're equipped accordingly. Regroup with Echo Unit. Command out.
Are these just bodies? Looks brushed. I would like to collect one. Okay, it looks like the monsters see me. They look like zombies, dude. Ow. Oops. I got a bad dodge there. I don't know. It looks sort of, the blood splatters look a little brushed and a little, like they might have been moved on, you know. But I don't see any footsteps within the blood splatter, so it's a little strange. Consider if there was so much blood loss that you would end up having some kind of noticeable footsteps. The areas are kind of interesting. Using semi-trucks and stuff. Regular cars kind of block off the paths. I was kind of expecting him to move around a little bit. That's be honest. Cornrows! Cannot go into the cornrows. Cornrows are awfulness. Does stuff come out of the cornrows? It's not really exactly the one I wanted to fire. It is cool that they can make themselves. I think that's cool. Conspiracy culture, Americans' new religion. Rumors rise as industry brings real progress to the basin. Devil's Basin, while local companies continue investing millions into jobs, roads, and infrastructure, a different kind of growth is taking place in town. Conspiracy culture. From late-night radio programs to photocopied newsletters, rumors about secret projects, government experiments, and time anomalies have become a daily obsession for a small but vocal group of residents. What began as a harmless speculation has evolved into something more organized, almost religious in tone. Across the basin, workers continue to report for their shifts at the very companies that are being accused of shadowy activity. Construction continues, salaries are paid, new housing developments are underway. EXI Group's stock rises, corporate growth continues as rumor industry booms in parallel. EXI Group shares climbed for the third consecutive week on strong infrastructure contracts and continued expansion in the basin. More on page 8. Yeah. Breakable objects. Haha. I am a Roomba. White House silent on Wyoming's 48-hour blackout. Officials blame grid failure, but witnesses report he was a human before they set him on fire. Maybe they're talking about that boss. Devil's Basin, Wyoming. For 48 hours this week, large portions of central Wyoming vanished from the electrical map. Phones died, radios hissed. Even the shortwave went silent. What caused the blackout? Federal officials are saying little and saying it was late. The outage, which begins shortly after 2:13 a.m. Tuesday, cut power to at least 7 counties, including the entire Devil's Basin region. Emergency services were unreachable, satellite imaging froze, and the local backup systems reportedly failed in unison. But on the ground, residents described something very different. There was this hum, low, constant, said Arlene Foy, a former lineman in Carbon County. Then the sky turned this gray color, and the sirens, not civil defense. Something like. I'm still curious as to why these guys are so zombie. Even the boss was very zombie. I don't think these breakable items get loot. In fact, the only loot I've really seen is metapacks. Metapacks and lore. Looks like they've got a cool story going on so far. Just be door again. Or but dust. Where you are, dust. A terminal. Okay, we will do 48,000. It's enough for 2400s or like 8600. It looks like there's only 4 or 5 levels to each level. It doesn't look like they really, unless you can go further than that. Maybe as you level up a bit. Stamina regeneration rate. Stamina might be like dodge, but I think I've got enough to hit all 3 of these. Done. 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 I would say it kind of rounds you out a little bit. Everything looks very grayish. I know it's dark and gray out, but and the green lights are kind of interesting. Hello? Blue lights. There's people in here. I can see you. I hit the button. That dash attack is actually massive. Puts you crazy far. Right there, when it got all dark, that was a really good spot to use the op mode, which is kind of just switches your visuals. Gives me like Alien vs Predator vibes when you're a predator and you're switching through different visions. Oh no! It's one of my homies!
Protagonist 1, this is Command. We're seeing what you're seeing. Confirmed, those are Echo Unit personnel. No additional signals from their squad. We're proceeding under the assumption that Echo Unit is no longer operational. That puts you forward of schedule and alone. You are cleared to advance on the XE facility. Original insertion plan is void. Proceed to the facility. Command out.
Major E. Graves. Yeah, see, this is all red. Like bloody water. Oh wow! Look what I found! People's hurt. Oh, that's more. What a jerk. These are massive power lines. Wherever they are. When did I gonna make it? Okay, so at this point the area kind of splits. Goes towards that red. We also have this other side where, if I'm not mistaken, I saw a different looking dude. He was wearing a helmet. And he had like a stun saber or something. Am I supposed to be able to get through here? I found a secret. It doesn't go anywhere. Devil's Basin Herald. Devil's Basin, Wyoming, 2002. Missing Wyoming governor. Lieutenant governor claims he's resting. I don't know if he's dead, detained, or disappeared, the aide said. All I know is that no one's allowed near the third floor. Oh no! Look what they did to my homies! Oh, turned red all of a sudden. What is that? Has that guy got a gun? Hold on. Ow. Where did those guys come from? There's a question mark over here to the right. They're calling it the launch. Confidential EXA group documents confirm test event scheduled for September 30th. Officials refuse comment. Devil's Basin, Wyoming. After years of silence, denials, and redacted maps, it's now certain the machine exists and it's ready. Internal EXA group documents leaked to the Devil's Basin's Herald confirmed that an event internally labeled only as the launch has been scheduled for August 26th. No further details are provided, other than repeated references to redacted, and a troubling phrase throughout the document. It's not a weapon, one source claimed, but it could do what a weapon never could. Question mark's still there, but I wonder if I'm going to be rounding my way back to. Aha! got stuck on that bar. Interesting. This looks familiar. Let's see. If I'm right, there should be... Yeah, this gate. Okay. I know where I am now. We did do a little circular roundabout. I was wondering if I would. So basically, this path goes to the left a bit. But I still want to check out this question mark over here. I think this is the way to hit it. That? Oh, I got an extra medikit. Picking up a medkit actually, like, don't go swimming. What is that, bro? Have been over here. That's where I came in. This is where I fought the boss. Pretty sure I encountered the warehouse prior to the boss. So I'm gonna go look. It was over here, wasn't it? Or was it? Is it the other way? Terminal. Remember that? Did that door close behind me or something? Because there are two signs. Double the signs. Oh, there it is. Remember, you are dust. Well, just dust, though. Thought I would have run into some dudes by now. Probably got arrested or whatever. There it is. Ho ho ho! Doing my best to like use the walls and stuff to single file them so they can't really surround me at all. Ride the next wave. Ready for 2004, man. Seems like the best method is to move that way. We encountered the first boss relatively quickly. Okay. This is the... I'm glad they left some kind of landmarking type areas. Get us confused. Very good. So this area goes this way. It should break off to the right here. Is this the gray area that I was at before? I think it is. Yeah, this building's got large. Makes sense. What could possibly be this way? Ah, it's a ramp. Ramp towards the lake. Okay. That explains this area a little bit. Devil's Basin, one of Wings for finest hiking trail. Okay. What is this? Okay. I need a hiking trail key. That's gonna be so difficult to find. Running around like super blind, trying to like memorize the maps in real time. Coming up on the first gate. For me, I would go for a little bit more something to collect while I'm here. Because it feels a lot like Sonic the Hedgehog without coins. If that makes any sense. Hello, minions. Trust. What's coming next? Oof. That was not a good spot. If anyone can read this, don't forget us. 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 Do you have eternal life and trust in what's coming next? Low rise for a century. Western Horizon Bank. You know, if you're gonna put ads in a video game, this is definitely where you should put them. Border key. You have it your way. I like the statues. Is this like a cemetery? Okay, I might have changed my mind. I'm not a huge fan of the statues anymore. Not a huge fan. A terminal. I'm not terminal. You're terminal. So do we just level all of them up slowly? Or do we collect? When they're blocked like this, it reminds me of like military graves. But this is Wyoming. Why would anything be in Wyoming? Why? How are you gonna put a hole and not let me go in it? So I see this in question mark. I want to go to the check question mark. I don't know what I'm missing. Did I miss something? I don't think I did here. But it's strange, cause like... that question mark is like... this way. Worse than dead. That's in the river. Makes sense. Wait, what's this? Oh! Question mark removed. What have I found? An extra med kit? There is a god left. We're begging for a miracle. Interesting. It looked like it was just reprinted over and over and over and over and over again on the same page. So we found another secret. Doesn't seem very... doesn't seem like... it just seems like it was a secret. Not like it was anything special. Did I go the wrong way? I feel like I went the wrong way. So keys open multiple places, multiple doors. It's interesting. But I'm now looking for... There really wasn't any actual reason to collect that key. You can actually get this area progress without needing it. Uh-oh. Are you ready for the rapture?
The machine is really doing something to this place. You people were obsessed with efficiency. You never knew when to stop. And I'm sorry about your friends. Don't grieve too much. They might be the lucky ones. Has the gentleman in your ear told you to continue alone yet? Find me in town, on the other side of the river. I'll show you the way. This place doesn't like being walked alone.
Oh, here we go. Okay. And that's it, folks.